Hello, everyone. My name is Gretchen. Welcome to the Tuesday night meditation. This sacred time and space is devoted to our shared practice of entering stillness together and of giving together. Let us first surround and protect ourselves with the love and the grace of God. Before we begin the meditation, I'd like to share a passage from the New Message. This is from Signs from the World. And I'm just reading from about halfway, maybe a quarter of the way into it. God is warning you. The world is warning you. It is telling you what is coming, not specifically, not by the date. It has nothing to do with dates. It is the movement of life. It is the changing circumstances of your life. Ignore them at your peril. Deny them at your peril. You must always be watchful. That is part of being aware. That is part of being alive. This world is not your heavenly state. You must be careful here, not fearful, not living in trepidation, but watchful and observant. If people would do this, it will eliminate the majority of their errors. And if they responded to what they were seeing appropriately and stayed with their experience to consider what it really means and what it might require of them, they will be in a much better position than they are today. If they refer to knowledge in terms of their decisions about who to be with and what to do, the world will look different and feel different than it does today. Listen to your experience. If you're feeling constant anxiety or reoccurring anxiety or reoccurring insights or reoccurring ideas, then pay attention to this. There are 3 stages here. There's the awareness of something. There's being with that awareness, to study it and to try to understand what it means. And then there is taking action. There is seeing the sign. There's being with the sign to see what it means and what it has to teach you. And then there's taking concerted action. Action here might require many steps. It's not just one action. If you realize that where you live is not sustainable into the future, that will take a whole series of actions over time, and you will carry out these actions in stages. If life is telling you to move away from future danger, that might require many actions, a whole plan of actions. Life will give you this time, but you must respond. You cannot deny or delay what must be done. Advancement here means that the time between seeing, knowing, and acting is diminished. The time it takes between seeing that your marriage has lost all of its life and purpose and knowing what this means and taking action shrinks. The time it takes between seeing what you must exercise and take care of your body, knowing what this means and taking action shrinks. Then when faced with immediate hazards, you can see, know, and act appropriately. You will not be frozen in confusion. You will not be thrown into suspended animation. You will not be locked and tied, held down by your social conditioning or by your fears or sense of insecurity. God has given to you the power to do this. It is the power of knowledge, successfully in the world, and your ability to be with the experience of others, to learn from their successes and failures, to honor their humanity, and to support the emergence of knowledge within them. While this might seem to be common sense, it is really revolutionary because it shifts your relationship with your mind, with your body, with your culture, with your family, and with the entire world around you. It is a great shift of authority from your ideas and social conditioning to a deeper authority that God has placed within you, an authority that cannot be fooled, an authority that has immense power and capabilities. Humanity is entering a time of unprecedented and escalating change. How will it respond? Will it prepare wisely and in a timely manner? Will it choose to cooperate amongst its nations and peoples? Or will it fight and struggle over who will have the last of the world's resources? Humanity is growing in size, but it is drinking from a slowly shrinking well in the world. How will it prepare for this? Can it become aware of this? Will it understand what this means? And will it act appropriately and constructively? These questions begin with you and how you respond to your own life and circumstances. You make your contribution first by bringing wisdom and competence into your own life. Then you will be able to assist others because you yourself have seen the power of knowledge and you will have seen the obstacles that stood in your way and how they could be overcome. Instead of dwelling over what will save humanity, you had better concern yourself with what will save you and those that you love and who you are responsible for. Knowledge will give you the awareness and the pathway to follow, and you will break the chains of social conditioning and the chains of weakness and avoidance within yourself, giving you great strength and self-assurance. You must bring strength to the human family, not weakness. Your part to play is to find this strength within yourself, to apply it and follow it in your life, and to contribute it to others. This you do by demonstration more than by precept. It is this that will show others that they too have the power of knowledge. They too have the power to overcome the inhibitions that exist within themselves to face and to prepare for a future that will be unlike the past. Please join me now in a 30-minute stillness practice. Take whatever time you need to read your own step and enter stillness when you're ready. Nasi Novare Quran. While we are in this place of stillness, I'd like to share a passage from the New Message speaking about the messenger. This is from the Pilgrimage, chapter 11 from the Worldwide Community of the New Message from God. It's revealed to Marshall Beyond Summers on October 31st, 2018 in Boulder, Colorado. Because of the sacred journey of the messenger, it is important that there be a pilgrimage for those who can respond, a pilgrimage to meet him if possible, or to connect with him if meeting him is not possible. If you have been blessed by the revelation from God, then this pilgrimage becomes very important, and your reaching out becomes very important during the remaining time that the messenger will be here on earth. For he is an older man and has traveled a long and difficult journey, a journey without recognition, a journey without praise from people in the world, except for perhaps a very few, working in obscurity to receive the greatest revelation that has ever been given to this world, to prepare humanity for a future that will be unlike the past in so many ways. If you have been touched by the revelation, if you feel your life is being served by the revelation, if you feel you have been given a new life through the revelation, then your pilgrimage to meet with the messenger now becomes important. And if you cannot meet with him, if that is not possible, reach out to him with a message of gratitude that he can receive from you, so he can know who you are, so he can bless you and keep you in his heart. For there are many at this moment who have received the revelation, but they have never reached out to the messenger. Perhaps they think they can take this journey on their own. Perhaps they think they can weave it into their other plans and goals or their preconceived notions about religion or spirituality. But the new message itself is complete, and the messenger holds the central light of it and possesses things that are not in our voice or in the words that we give, for we have given them to him, to shine upon the world when that is necessary. Your receiving the revelation, to whatever extent it has occurred so far, represents a great turning point if you can respond to it genuinely, in humility, recognizing you cannot invent it for yourself or control it or determine which way it will go for you. For you have a greater calling in the world not of your own making, but you are perfectly designed for it, and your soul will only respond to this at a deeper level within you. God knows how to reach you. God knows how to guide you, but you must be the person who does the work. You must be the person who makes the decisions and take responsibility for those decisions, not claiming a higher authority in doing so, but being a responsible representative here on earth. You have a relationship with the messenger if you have received the revelation. You cannot separate them, you see, for he is the beacon. And even beyond his life, he will watch over those who can respond, as all the previous great messengers in time have done and continue to do so even to this moment. You must know the messenger because how he is portrayed in the future truly will be based upon the recognition of those who understand him now, who has received from him during his time on earth. They will be the first responders, and their testimony will be significant, though others will continue to respond to the revelation and even to the messenger far, far beyond this time. This is a primary relationship for you, but you must know this in your own heart. Do not just seize the revelation and think you are going to use it as a resource to get what you want out of life. No, that is not the spirit with which you must approach this. It is a sacred rendezvous. It is not made profane by personal advantage or ambition, or seeking to use it as a tool to employ to gain advantage over others. It is a sacred rendezvous. It is what brings your life out of a miserable separation and a haphazard life. It calls you into a true pathway and was always meant for you to follow. And your heart will be full of joy that you can finally find such a thing, though perhaps you have searched for so long for it without success. Though the pathway is challenging and difficult at times, the sense of joy and brightness about your life will travel with you and will grow over time, something that few other people in the world can honestly claim for themselves. Here you find out what really matters in your life and who really matters in your life. Beyond all the desires and temptations and failed relationships, glorious images, seductions, this is what really matters. This is who really matters. The messenger does not seek or want adoration. He is not a god, and none of the messengers have been gods. They have all come from the angelic assembly, you see, taking human form here to receive something of great importance for the world at great turning points for humanity. If you can understand this, you will begin to see the unity of all religions, that in their pure form, they have all come from the same source, given at different times in history, given to primitive peoples of different cultures, given in such a way they could be recognized and adopted by those present at that time. Each holds building blocks to building human civilization as a free and noble race, rather than as a conglomeration of warring tribes destroying each other and the world around them. You have a sacred rendezvous with the messenger, whether you can meet him in person or not. Honor this and recognize you cannot simply steal the revelation and go off and think you know what to do with it, for it is more powerful than you are, far more powerful. It is here to take you to a part of yourself where real honesty and power and strength and dedication can naturally arise. There is no seduction here. There is no manipulation here. There is the attraction of the divine for creation, which is the most natural, purest force that you can experience here in physical reality. Heaven blesses those who can receive and who can give. Their blessing is in receiving and in giving. Heaven gives freedom to those who can respond and who are willing to do the work necessary to build this freedom and preserve it in a world where such freedom is rare and even rarely valued. If you honor the messenger, you honor the previous messengers who stand with him in his great endeavor here on earth, but that is part of the coordination that has taken place over time, something that few people in the world really understand. To keep this sacred knowledge alive in the world, which is under so many threats of being lost or forgotten, to keep compassion and service and the peacemaking efforts of many people alive and effective in a world where the threat of war and conflict arises in a world of diminishing resources. Your challenge first is to come to terms with this in your own life. You who have been called, you who have been struck, you who have been exposed to the revelation, it will bring you to what really matters in your life. It will bring to you your core strength, purpose, and direction, as you are willing to receive these things and to follow them with strength and humility. The messenger has brought this to you and has brought you all the relationships that will ensue from this. In fact, he will give you a world full of relationships as the new message travels around this world. You will now have people who can recognize you in many places, who can resonate with you, who can support you. What a magnificent gift. You who at present are lucky to know one person who really has a sense of who you really are and who values that above other things. What a gift of freedom, the pathway out of a meaningless and hopeless existence, the gift of service, the gift of inclusion, finally recognized for who you are and why you have come, which is a recognition that you must adopt first as your starting point. May this blessing be upon you. May this opportunity to be with the messenger be extended to you, and may you respond deeply within yourself, not simply based upon circumstances, but upon what you really know you must do with what is possible in your life. Now let us spend a few moments together to be with Marshall and send him our love and strength. Now see if there are others in the world or in your life who need to receive this strength as well. If so, spend a moment sending strength or another quality to these individuals. Nasi Navar Karam. Thank you all for coming, and blessings to you.